Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey once again, bringing another update on the progress of the 1350 Polar Lights Round 2 USS Enterprise refit model that I've been working on for it seems like an eternity. And as you can see here, we're starting to make some progress. This model has been painted since the last video. Of course, you know, it's followed the same steps as I did with the TOS. You know, just mask off my windows using the blue masking tape. You know, make my own masks, and using a punch set. Get a little hollow punch set using the smallest one for these little round windows and stuff, and then these oval ones. You got those oval ones and stuff. I just make, you know, they equate to about 3 little circles of the round ones with the punch set. So, you know, masking those off, and of course my Arboretum windows and the Officers Lounge windows, masking those off. And as you can see here, my plan really turned out. The framing that's on that was all painted on, and it worked out rather well. I'll have to go through here, you know, with the tip of a toothpick probably and some kind of goopy white paint, and go through there and slowly kind of get everything nice and lined out and everything, and then soft sand it using a million grit sandpaper. I'm making sure, of course, to stay away from the clear plastic so I don't get any scratches or anything on that. But as you can see here, the painting really turned out rather well on this kit. I got a couple of spots right here I need to go back and correct, and it's mainly just where the ship has kind of been tapping up against the some other objects that were next to it, you know, wall especially. And you can see we've got some painting affected on here. So working on the outer grills and stuff on both sides, and then the vent panels going down the pylons. And you know, it's turned out rather well and stuff. Of course, we know I like using chrome and everything, so want to know what colors are going on here. This is a mixture of these are testers paints. It's blue metallic flake, chrome silver, and flat white that I mixed to get the color for the those vents there. And the outer grills, even though it looks like it's just kind of like a shimmering blackish, it actually is steel mixed with black and a little chrome silver, and that's what I used. So it's not like black, because the actual outer grills on the model were not black, they weren't jet black. So, and you know, back here, as you can see here, now I got to go and correct that, but I'm doing the ends of this based off of what I see from the studio model. Any images that I look at from the actual studio model, I never see that as being stair-stepped. I see it as an actual straight curve, and that's what I'm got to work on. Of course, I got to go back and clean it up, because you know, with the, you know, using just blue painter's tape, I can't get that straight curved edge. I could have, suppose I really could have actually used my hobby knife and kind of lined it out the way I needed to, but I always go back in and correct that with some additional paint and stuff. So you can see here more areas where we've affected some of the detail painting that has to go on there before you apply the decals. Got that on the back of the dorsal there and over here. And what I love about that paint is that it does actually kind of give me a difference in color depending on if it's in the shadows or if it's in the light. Similar to the TOS Enterprise with the detail painting. And in fact, that entire hull color depended on where the light was hitting it at. If you saw blue or if you saw gray, like if you look right here, you know, that looks more like a gray and that looks more like a blue. It's the same color. It's just how much light is hitting it. So, but you know, with this white paint on the ship now, it really is starting to look the part. Gets a nice, good, fresh look. It's just flat white. It's 3 parts flat white and 1 part gloss white, and then a couple of drips of the chrome silver in it. Kind of give it more of a pristine look that I'm looking. My ship's not going to be really glossy. I'm not a fan of having this high gloss ship, even though the original refit was highly glossy. So glossy that it was affecting the filming. but it's not a look that I really want to go for. I like more of the flat look where you still see the panels, but like it possibly could look. But it's being something figment of our imagination, of course. And, well, not necessarily a figment of our imagination. This is a real thing to some of us. If it was out there for real, I would have joined Starfleet a long time ago. But, it's not. We've got the lights on here. And with the white paint and everything, it really is showing off. It looks nice now. It's really, really good. See here now, because this outer grill has been painted now, the brightness of this light has toned down because the color is absorbing it. Usually, you see that being reflected all the way back here and then picking back up in the curve, where now it's actually ending about where it actually does on screen. So was a very good job. It was a very good thought on my part to have that light very bright, so that I still get to see it, because I like that being lit up the way it is, because I love bright spotlights on this ship. It was designed to illuminate itself in the depths of space, and that's what we've achieved. So anyway, here just got the shuttle bay doors on, covering going over, and shuttle bay still nice, looking down off up in there. Really, really cool. Didn't want to have too much in there, because it is still, even though this is a large model, it still is a confined space. If I'd had the ability to widen it up, then it would have been an option I would have done, and that'd be something I'd be doing on another refit build in the future. The next one of these will be the A version, so I'll be using the shuttle bay scene on Star Trek 5. But I do have a second back wall back there. So whenever I get a model, I can halfen them up and then widen everything up. And of course use styrene to get everything nice and wide. So, but it does look good. I really, really do love this ship. This is my favorite Enterprise. It always will be. And haven't had too many issues with it. There is one thing I will do differently in the future, and that is the impulse crystal up here. So you can see here I haven't taken all the masking off of it, because when I'm pulling it up, it's actually pulling up everything, the paint from where I didn't have it masked at. It's all coming up. So in the future, what I would do is I would paint that first, mask it off first, and then take care of that crystal before I even put it in the ship, because this thing right here was requiring a lot of, well, probably that was a mistake probably on my part too. We have issues when we build things. They don't always come out perfect. Using probably just a little too much paint. Then once it dried up, it's all clumping itself together. And then when I start pulling it up, it all wants to stay friends and come, it's like, no, you can't take my buddy paint right there next to me. I'm coming up too. Okay, fine. So, it's something I have to fix there. But, I get it straight. The other thing that I know I have to go back and do, I need to get more, I need to really make these two lights back here smaller. And the reason being is that it's casting light on the back of the saucer back here, and I really don't want to see that. And it's also giving me light coming back down between the nacelles that I really don't want to see either. Those pylons I really want to be lit from just these spotlights right here, casting the light upwards. With these very bright lights right here, is coming backwards and is giving me a sharp edge right here on the pylons. You can see there that I don't want to have. And so I just work to spot those in quite a bit more, make them much smaller, maybe even dim them out a little bit too. Of course I can't go in and do that using resistors. I have to do that with some tinting going on over it, but that'll be fine. I want them to still be there, of course, nice and bright. They were there, but not that bright. Wow. I mean, those are like spotlights, which if I'm looking logically, I'm not exactly sure what parts of the ship those two would be lighting. I believe they would be too bright just to denotate that is a docking port right there, when you wouldn't have the same amount of light coming from these docking ports. They weren't that bright. It had a nice little glow to it, which I didn't incorporate on this model, but I know I will be in future builds and stuff as I work more and more on having a lot of the detail. But Right now, it was really, this is another great experiment. How much can I get done? And also, how much can I do without spending very much money on it? Remember, yes, I do build, and I am moving with the larger models, but I still do try to build on a budget. How much can I do without spending a dime of anything additional more than what I already have and stuff? So that's why those frames were painted on. I need to go back and do a lot of correcting on that one to clean that one up. It didn't come out as fresh as the other one. My lighting and stuff, I always have a lot of lights. So I can move from model to model and build an entire model and not have to buy any lights at all. And as well, the changes and stuff that were made with the deflector dish and everything, which I kind of got my switches messing up on me. So, but it still makes a change. That's good. Making it to where it changes, but yet I didn't buy a circuit for that. Just kind of rig something up using RGB LED. So, that's what we've got so far. I'm going to continue painting on this kit over the next few days and stuff, so I can work on getting a detail painting done and stuff, of course, around the thruster ports, around the bridge, getting the bridge area and BC deck painted up, getting that cleaned up, taking care of the impulse crystal, and getting all the rest of the detail that gets painted on the nacelles, the front intercoolers, and especially the inner grills where the actual lights come through at. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do the color to tie it in with everything else. I'm more than likely going to eliminate it looking purpley, even though the studio model had those purple. They were a violet color. They were a dark violet color with kind of like a blackish blue surround. Yeah, I won't be doing that. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. But, of course, the light blue around here with the combination of red and copper right here for the Bazaar collectors. And then, of course, there are all the decals that will start going on here. So, I can't wait till I start getting to those points. But work more than likely is about to slow down. Of course, school is getting ready to start back up. The holidays are over. And that means, of course, kids. Getting them taken care of. So, that being said, it's just go around here looking at different seams and stuff, I want to make it look like everything was incorporated in, and I don't know, I'm just really, really happy with the way that this model is turning out. Definitely, of course, I'm happy with just the fit quality that this model I was able to get out of this. There's no sagging, there's no drooping. If you look at those pylons right there, parallel with the saucer, there is no saggy look at all and stuff on it, and I'm very, very pleased with that. And that was with no alterations. That's just building the model and making sure, of course, it's not going to come apart again. So all that being said, I shall go forth, continue to work on this kit. Those of you out there building models, continue building on them. If you're not working on anything, but you've always had an inkling to, pick something up and start working on it. I'm telling you, fun, great stress reliever. I will talk to you guys later.